How do you make a sultan fall in love with you? Who could rightfully become Malaysia's new king? Stay tuned for more on the lives of the rich. Hello dear friends, today we're going to talk about the next sultan. The life of Malaysia's former ruler Mohammed V is shrouded in mystery. There are still many rumors surrounding his relationship with the Russian woman Oksana Voyevodina, their wedding and divorce. For the sake of his beloved heir to the royal family gave up the throne, but after a while decided to abandon her too. Now the lover of the luxurious lifestyle does not want to see his son and is haggling over the alimony he must pay his now ex-wife. The short love story of one of the brightest couples and their protracted divorce process is what we're going to talk about today. Why does she need so much money to support a young child? Who does she think I am, Bill Gates? Was how former Malaysian Sultan Mohammed V reacted when he learned that his ex-wife, Oksana Voyevodina, demanded she buy her an £8 million, about $11 million mansion and also pay £24,000 or $32,700 in monthly alimony to their mutual son Leon. Does he go to Eton College that she needs that much money to support a young child? The father resented. In early January, Voyevodina once again posted pictures of a grown son, 1-year-old Leon, who looks a lot like his father on social media. She told the subscribers that soon the child will go to the developmental school and now she does gymnastics 3 times a week. At the same time, the former Miss Moscow is going to put her son on skates and skis next winter. Leon has been in the public eye since his birth. He is the only heir to the former Sultan of Malaysia, Mohammed V. However, neither his father nor his relatives have so far shown any interest in the boy. The monarch believes that the Russian woman gave birth to a son by another man, so he refuses to see him. Could afford it. Very little is known about the life of the former Sultan of Malaysia. The internet periodically talks about the ruler's hobbies. He prefers extreme sports, cross-country endurance racing, and sports shooting. In addition, information sometimes leaks online about his luxurious life. For instance, he likes expensive clothes and unique jewelry. Mohammed wears a Swiss-made 18-karat white gold Astronomia tourbillon watch by Jacob & Co. worth $540,000. There are a total of 18 such pieces in the world. The politician could afford it. When he was ruler of the country, $3,300,000 was allocated annually from the treasury for the monarch's expenses. The rest is the official version, as accurate as possible. It is known that Muhammad Faris Petra was born on 6 October 1969 in Kota Baru, the capital of the Malaysian state of Kelantan. He was educated at Oxford, having graduated from the College of the Holy Cross and the Center of Islamic Studies, where he studied diplomacy and international relations. He became involved in politics at a relatively early stage, after his Sultan father suffered a stroke in 2009. The heir apparent became regent of Kelantan state afterwards. Muhammad was not immune to family feuds. In order to concentrate all power in his hands, he drove his younger brother out of the Royal Council of Rulers, which consists of the heirs of the reigning Sultan. The latter tried to appeal this decision through the country's Supreme Court, but his claims were rejected. In December 2016, Muhammad officially assumed office as ruler of Malaysia. His magnificent coronation took place 4 months later. In general, the Sultan has more of a ceremonial role in the state, while the real power lies in the hands of Parliament and the Prime Minister. Muhammad should have ruled the country until 2021. The point is that the Sultan of Malaysia is elected by the heads of 9 of 13 states every 5 years. However, the monarch abdicated prematurely in 2018 in a surprise move. Muhammad became the first monarch to decide to abdicate since Malaysia gained independence from Britain in 1957. The royal house announced the Sultan's abdication but did not explain the reason. But the decision to leave the throne did not mean Muhammad was cutting ties with politics. As hereditary Sultan of Kelantan, he continued to perform his duties of ruling the state. Marriage to a Kremlin spy. The local media linked Sultan's forced abandonment of the throne to the fact that the country disapproved of his chosen Russian woman, Oksana Voyevodina. Some of them wrote that the Sultan's relatives were worried about the possible coronation of the former Miss Moscow 2015. The situation was not saved by the fact that the wife converted to Islam, changing her name to Muslim Rihanna. put on a hijab, and deleted her Instagram page, where she had posted candid photos in a bikini before her marriage. Through social media, she promoted her clothing brand, which she launched shortly before meeting the Sultan. Recounting her first meeting with Muhammad in the spring of 2017 in Europe, Voyevodina recalled, "He introduced himself, the King of Malaysia. I thought it was a joke and replied that I was the Queen of Moscow in such a case." At the time, the 22-year-old Miss Moscow 2015 beauty pageant winner was advertising a luxury brand at a luxury watch fair. The monarch began courting Voyevodina, visiting Russia regularly. At home, they also learned of the ruler's affair, but this did not add to his popularity. Those around him made no secret of the fact that he had been used to luxury since childhood. Some Malaysians complained that the royal's beautiful life comes at a high cost to the local taxpayers. He likes fancy cars and expensive real estate. The relationship with the Russian model only multiplied this spending. Public discontent was rapidly growing. Russian-Malaysian relations escalated after a passenger plane flying from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur was shot down over the Donetsk region in 2014. Rumors swirled that Miss Moscow was a spy who had fallen in love with the Malaysian Sultan at the behest of the Kremlin. Despite this, the couple got married. The lavish celebration took place in November 2018 at the luxurious Borviha concert hall complex in Rublovka. The monarch posted photos of the wedding on his social media account. The entire capital's elite gathered for the event, with some of Russia's most popular artists performing. The celebration was held in a mixed tradition of the two countries. The bride wore an expensive wedding gown and was surrounded by her friends, all dressed in matching blue gowns. At first, Oksana wore a traditional white dress and then she put on a hijab. On the eve of the wedding, the future wife of the Sultan converted to Islam. Afterwards, many guests said that the newlyweds looked at each other with love. Photographs from the wedding show the smiling couple sitting in front of a wall of flowers and folding their arms in the shape of a heart. However, the idyll did not last long. The father of the child can be any Asian-looking man. Marriage to Oksana Voyevodina was Sultan's second. From 2004 to 2008, he was married to a Malaysian woman named Kangxatan Pipipipagdi, known as Zubaida Nordin after the marriage, who belonged to the Patani royal family. They had no children, and Muhammad's entourage said he was greatly distressed by the lack of heirs. Before their wedding, Muhammad and Voyevodina went to Germany for a thorough medical checkup. The newlyweds then traveled to Australia for a romantic honeymoon before returning to Malaysia. Soon after, it was revealed that the former ruler's wife was expecting a baby. Muhammad seemed very excited about the imminent addition to the family. However, when his wife was 4 months pregnant, he accused her of infidelity and decided to separate. The former Miss Moscow model's modeling past and involvement in the controversial reality show Holiday in Mexico were the main grounds for suspicion, according to international media. Some footage of the Russian woman's life in the villa allegedly shocked the whole royal court. In addition, the monarch's relatives were unhappy that his wife was posting pictures of them together on social media. As a result, Voyevodina returned to Russia, where she gave birth to her son Leon and demanded that her ex-husband acknowledge their child. However, the ex-sultan categorically refused to do so, stating that the father of the child could be any Asian-looking man. In addition, he said he regretted his marriage with the Russian woman and that he had left the throne for her. The alimony scandal continued for months. However, the former ruler subsequently agreed to set up a special fund for the boy of $250,000, as well as sending $100,000 over 10 months for his upkeep. In return, he demanded that his former lover forget about his existence forever, as well as delete his social media posts. In addition, he wants Leon to be brought up in accordance with Islamic traditions and receive an appropriate education. According to the Daily Mail, the royal court has tried to put pressure on the woman and make her stop posting pictures of her young son on social media. In addition, the ruler's family claimed that they twice asked her to take a DNA test to determine paternity, but she allegedly refused. In turn, Voyevodina claims she is ready to do so at any time as the child is born in the marriage and she got pregnant during the wedding trip. Voyevodina explains such attitude of her ex-husband to the child by political strife in the country. In the future, the royal family does not want to give the throne to her son. Not everyone believes so. There are too many rumors floating around about the divorce of the Russian woman and the Malaysian ruler. According to one of these, relatives have found Muhammad another wife. However, no one has officially confirmed these reports. The current life of the former ruler of Malaysia is also shrouded in mystery. The palace is careful to ensure that information about Muhammad never finds its way into the press again. Today, I would like to ask the female half of our channel viewers, would you like to marry the Sultan and get half of his property? Share your opinion in the comments and we'll be sure to read them.